quick question I had for you is, I know that we always thought that Jeb would be totally lackluster, but did you think he would be this utterly mediocre?
I think my first instinct was that the guy has been out of politics for a long time, and he was not that great to begin with.
Right. Where did this whole idea come from that he was such a formidable guy?
He'd been out of politics.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that happens. And I think, it's not just he needed a certain amount of skill as just a politician in general. He also needed a certain amount of skill to get over his last name. I'm sorry. He started with a massive deficit. Not as big of a deficit as he should. I mean, because frankly, the whole Bush family should have probably been imprisoned after the Bush, after the second. Well, probably the first Bush.
But like that, Sam's really like a Maoist on that. He's just like rounding up cousins.
Yeah.
He's just like, the Iraq, Katrina. Sorry, sweetheart.
Right. Well, here is
not
Jeb
freshman
Bush.
orientation at Yale.
But in all seriousness, here's Jeb Bush floundering around in a way that is almost like, if it wasn't so hilarious, it would be painful to watch. On Wednesday, following up on his announcement at the Mexican border that when he says anchor babies, he's talking about Asians. Because Jeb Bush has decided that only white people, he's only going to accept white votes. He's going to keep it a very exclusive club of those people who vote for him. He says that he favors broader government surveillance of Americans. He's calling for more spying on Americans. Calling for private tech firms to cooperate better with federal agencies. These tech firms are getting destroyed overseas, incidentally, because potential clients see them as completely compromised. And he actually uttered the words to, quote, make sure that evildoers aren't in our midst. Oh, boy. And one can imagine somewhere in a den somewhere. I just imagine him sitting in a den that looks almost like a 1970s den with like that shag carpet, sitting back in a lazy boy with like a drink holder here and a drink holder there, just going, told him, I said, they all crapped on me Thanksgiving. Oh, you're drunk. You're just a drunk. You just like to go to strip clubs. Where'd you get those? Where'd you get that word, evildoer, from? Ha. Ha. Sorry, Jeb. Ha. Strike 45. You're out.
Again. Oh, my God.
Let me just go back over to Big Board and just remind you of the score. GWH, that's not me. 1 term. GW, 2 terms. And Jeb, 0 terms. So, by the law of nature, I have just won. Let's go to the phones. Got to figure out what law it is. The law of averages of nature.